does it require gold jewelry obsessed India and a very German name to give us the best gold pen there can be? Stay tuned to find out.
Hello and welcome to Stationery Test Drive, where the best tool is the one in your hand, but sometimes what you have at hand is the best tool. I'm Vishal.
This is Minjal.
I'm Samir.
And today we're looking at the Hauser Sonic gel pens.
Yeah, we have covered several Hauser things before. It's a brand that is kind of says it's from Germany, but is quite, I guess, prevalent in India right now. We've looked at cheap fountain pens. We've looked at a great multi ball pen, and now this set, because we trust the name here at Stationery Test Drive, and here are a set of 12 fine liners. I'll let you get acquainted with the colors, because when I got them, like a good diligent artist, I made a nice test sheet of all of the colors. What can we say about fine liners in Hauser that we haven't already said, but maybe we should try?
Well, we've covered quite a few fine liners before. I think this is, I guess it is a fine liner in that it does have a fairly fine line, but it's more of a gel pen in general.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it looks like something that you'd find in an office, but it's actually a fairly decent artistic tool.
Yeah, I love the line quality, and if you have been watching our episodes, you know that we love the line quality as well, because in our Liquitex marker episode, even though we had a gold Liquitex marker, a nice big fat one, Minjal, you did not use those. You used one of these, right?
Yeah, I have a couple of gold metallic fine liners at home. And this really stands out for the gold color quality, if I may say so. This is an actual gold, whether it's like on cartridge paper or, smooth paper, the gold color really stands out.
There's a very rich set of blues, light blue.
And again, this is like a reflection test. You can see how
I think
the
we
gold
can hold
really
it all
kind
the
of
way up to
shines.
here, and it should autofocus. Yes, there it is. Yeah, so look at that. There's silvers and golds at this end, which are really catching the light, and really, and the rest of them too, not bad at all. This set was just a surprise. We saw it at our local stationery store. I don't remember how much it was, a couple of ₹100
Yeah,
at
this
most.
is 180 Indian rupees only for this set.
Which is what, $2.50 or something like that. Which is, cheap pens. But they come in this really nice, funky looking box with this really fun texture. It's great to our weird little kneaded erasers, which I'm constantly like playing with. I very often just like make a little edge with this so that I can, use it. It's a nice set. It's a nice set as a gift, but also just as a set to, it's not like the most wonderfully made thing in the world, but it's got enough to, to really make it memorable. And not just in the packaging and the everything, in the making of things, because that's what we do on this show. We make things. We take things on artistic test drives. We're artists, calligraphers, designers. We don't just take something like this and, as much as I'm sure people can use this for journaling and things like that, many of you will. We were very glad you do, but we take it on artistic test drives. Minjal, why don't you show us yours? Yeah, that is superb. And yes, you used a lot of the gold again. So tell us about this.
So Hauser, I read, is a German brand, and Flair World in India, the stationery company, acquired its global rights in 2014. So Hauser, I believe Flair is actually distributing and maybe even manufacturing Hauser pens.
Yes, I think they're the ones who, they are the only remaining Hauser pen manufacturer in the world, I think.
Right. And like Vishal said, you could simply just doodle or, write, do your journaling stuff with these pens. But they're really smooth. That's one thing I noticed. And as far as the colors are concerned, the metallic colors are so shiny and actually metallic.
Yeah.
And the colors, I realized, are just so vibrant. Really, like if you want to like just sit with pens and like just doodle away, or even write, this is such a great set to have.
Yeah.
And I also tried writing with them. Very smooth to write with. So I mean, it's a great buy. I really enjoyed using these.
Yeah, and I genuinely like the selection of colors. I like that they have these fairly muted things like browns,
Yeah.
which you rarely find in pens.
Right.
They have things that are very neon and kind of hot pink. You have your regular blues and greens, and then you have something completely, out of left field, like the very shiny gold and silver.
It's such a thoughtfully, curated set with, like you said, all colors that you would need just to sit and draw, write, make Zentangles. So
Yeah.
I used, the Luxor normal felt pen
Okay.
to draw the borders for this. And then, this is just abstract free art.
It's
Yeah.
very freeing and it's beautiful. I mean, I would love to have a large version of this, but also something this size in a frame to really take advantage of those lines. They're a perfect, like they're not fine, and they're not marker thick. There's
Right.
some perfect like Goldilocks zone that all of these have.
Yeah, and they still have a certain level of like human variation
Yeah.
to them, so they look like someone drew them rather than it's
Yeah.
just a print.
It's I know we keep raving about Hauser. Please note that we have no affiliation with the company whatsoever.
We have no idea who they are.
Yeah. But everything we've tried from them has been just, kind of literally in that Goldilocks zone where things are just right. And speaking of things that are just right, I put it to my test drive, which was, well, I used 3 pens, as you can see. The pink, the lighter blue, which is a bit thinner, I should note. Just slightly. Maybe it's just the one we have, but doesn't flow as well
But
much
yeah,
as
that's again just a great color that
yeah.
they've chosen.
And this purple, which was so deep and kind of meaty almost. It's luscious. It's like there are so many. I'm running out of words to describe it. But yeah, here is my test drive. This is actually it's based on a picture, a behind the scenes picture, seemingly from I guess The Empire Strikes Back, and I'll put it up on screen. And for some reason I saw it, and yes, I've taken some artistic license with some of the ends of the piece. But yeah, this is a great way to interpret a picture, a photograph, or something like that. And so much fun to do all the details. Usually, you take on a piece like this, and yes, it took time, but you might enjoy like the line work, and then you get to the shading, and the shading is just like, oh my god, this is like pulling teeth. But there are a couple of pens we've really enjoyed. The Ink Joys by
Papermate.
Papermate, and the previous Hauser, the original one that we tried, which was their
The fountain pen.
yeah, the fountain pen. That was also fun to do. And then you have this one, which is just like it goes down like almost like an ink pen, like a fountain pen. It's very close to that in terms of the line effect.
Yeah. On a slight side note, I think the hot pink color that these people have produced is in some ways very similar to the pink that came out of the Inkjoy.
Yes. Very
And
similar.
maybe it's because they're sourcing it from the same
Pigment people, I hope so.
Because I think Luxor here produces the Inkjoys and
Which they don't sell in India.
and Flair produces these. So maybe there's some
So-
great
so-
ink producer here who's supplying both these.
So this is a great deal of conjecture, but we loved the Ink Joys, but you can't technically get them in India. But you can get these in India, and they have very close in terms of
the color vibrance is very similar to
and
those,
even
yeah.
the experience of just using the pen. I think the Ink Joys were slightly superior in terms of their just overall uniform kind of way of doing the line. But this is still 99% of the way there.
I think what I'd say is that the Inkjoys write a little drier.
Yes,
So
this
therefore
one,
they're more controllable. This
Yeah.
one's a little bit more, as you said, fluid.
Yeah,
It's like
I
a
will.
fountain pen.
I will say that there is one negative in that you need to watch it, especially when you're drawing of some smearing. There's a very minor amount of smearing here. This is after I thought it was dry. So yes, do be careful. Keep an extra sheet. Keep like a sheet when you're drawing this way, and try not to overlap. But yeah, this is great. I love this pen. I love that we have 12 of them, right? And you have a great gold and a great silver. It's great to just have this for a few dollars. And for a few dollars more, Samir, why don't you show us your test drive?
Since we were saying that this set is so much fun, I thought I'd have some fun too.
Aha. Oui.
Obviously, I went for a slightly less serious take on things than the two of you did.
Are you saying that Darth Vader with his slippers off is serious?
I mean, did we ever see Darth Vader's feet through most of Empire Strikes Back? He could have been that way all the time.
Yes, that's what I was going for. Thank you. But yes, in your drawing, you use the silver, the orange, the black as well, or the brown.
The brown? No black. Yeah, I just
Well,
tried to keep.
is
Well,
that's brown?
That's black.
Oh no, that's black. Yes.
There's brown in the hair. There's black in just the outline of the cup and the lettering.
Like you said, it's not very common for earth tones in ink pens to be other than fountain pen inks.
Right, and then the fact that you have earth tones and kind of neon tones and metallic tones in the same set, that's very unusual but very useful to have in one box.
Yeah, the color choice is odd. There's one green, first of all. There's no like light green or something. There's an orange, a gold, or there's a couple of blues.
And yes, again, in case we haven't made a big enough deal of it, the metallic silver and the metallic
it just
gold
catches the light. Oh, that's lovely.
is just perfect. Like, you cannot believe that this came out of a pen and it's not some sort of gold leaf or something like that.
We could do some really intricate work with that gold thing. I think that maybe I should go back and gild Darth Vader's codpiece.
Yeah, because having tried a lot of metallic pens, like I mentioned earlier, I've tried the Uni metallic. They do silver and gold pens.
Okay.
Yes.
I've also tried the Stedler the metallic pens.
Right.
Really, I haven't found a silver or gold that is so vibrant and not muddy brown or like grey or black, but the actual silver and gold colors. So just for those two colors, I would like buy this set.
I mean, considering the price, it is genuinely worth buying the set just for those two pens. It's not a very expensive set.
Yeah, if you told me, here are two great silver and gold pens, and there are 8 or 10 others free with them, that would still be a good deal. That would be an excellent deal. But yeah, that purple and that hot pink and that gold. I did not explore the greens and the reds, and maybe next time. I have nothing to complain about this. So this will be a pretty short episode.
I mean, even the orange, which I used quite a lot just as kind of a outline here and the base there, it has a lot of richness to it.
I think that is probably the case with all our Hauser episodes. We unanimously like the Hauser products so much. They end up being short episodes because we have nothing to complain.
And the price point is such a huge deal because it's it's 200 rupees, it's 100 rupees here, it's a 50 rupee pen there. It's
like if each of these pens was 50 rupees, then I would say, you know what, it's not the best pen, it smears, and then I can pull out all of these minor niggles that you can have with it. But if you're getting an entire set of these for less than 200 rupees, I don't think a bit of smudging is a problem.
I mean, we see a lot of episodes on YouTube where these pens are usually tested by school children or college-going kids. Sure, you can't write your exams with these pens because, yes, there's going to be smudging and smearing all over the place.
Yeah, no, for that kind of thing, I think go and get a decent fountain pen or the cello, the one that with a very best-selling pen that barely smears and barely balls and... but this one is...
But as a thing that you could use for some work, but then really go crazy with and play with in all sorts of ways, whether journaling, Zentangling.
Yes, journaling. I think we talked about it at the beginning and now we bring it up. We don't journal, we make art like this. So but if you are journaling...
Or if you're one of those people who likes to take sketch notes or one of those things, a set like this is just perfect.
Yeah, gold highlights and filigrees and you can make a nice illuminated manuscript of your daily thoughts and meetings. We should do that sometime, maybe, like the artistic journey of Stationery Test Drive and our thoughts and our feelings and our fears.
Aren't all your journals illuminated manuscripts, or is that just me?
Oh, wow. Well, on that bombshell, we'll probably get back to making artistic things. Maybe we'll journal. Maybe, we should go and find some gold glitter paint that we can, and more, yet more, because we have done now, I think, 4 or 5 different golds. And
Yes.
some of them have been very disappointing. And the Liquitex was good. This one is good.
I think we need to. I think we have done enough videos now that we need to make a playlist on metallic stationery that we have covered.
Yeah, metallic colored stationery. We'll go and do that. We'll go and make more episodes and things and
And
artistic.
maybe have an espresso shot.
Have an espresso shot. Well, I mean, why not? I think we all could use some coffee. It's been quite a day of filming, but we have more to do and more exciting things to do. We have a lovely fountain pen. We have a lovely, set of
Color
colors,
pencils.
color pencils. Yeah, they were so good that I kind of forgot whether they were markers or pencils. But yeah, look forward to those. They're coming up soon. And for everything else, you can subscribe to the channel and things like that. Like, follow. We will see you next time. Any more thoughts?
No,
You know-
I think this is just a really good set
Yeah,
of pens.
and in some ways, I'm like, I can't wait to finish the episode and maybe go and doodle more with these. So yeah, get them. Until next time, I'm Vishal.
This is Minjal.
I am Samir, and if you like very brightly colored gel pens, then you really should check out our episode on the ink joys. And if you like brightly colored Indian inks in general, check out our Krishna inks episode.
I can't say this and shout this enough. It's lives up to his name, Sonic.